Ooh, hello, hello. So, hopping into live and also putting this inside of creation code. So, I am doing a double share for the first time, which I won't do all the time. So, here's a heads up if you are watching me on Facebook, you would want to, and you enjoy this particular live stream episode of Creation Codes, you're going to want to sign up for the private podcast. You can get all of these yummy, delicious downloads that come through and teachings and guidance and insights that I have exclusively in the Creation Codes private podcast. But the energy of today on April 4th, 2025, I want to say 2024, is very potent. And a lot of people are talking about it online. And as I felt into it more and started seeing some of the interactions in the last day or so myself, I was like, oh my goodness, I have something I want to share that I haven't seen anyone talk about. So, first off, we're going to touch on some astrology. If you do not know, I love astrology. I've loved it my entire life. In fact, growing up, when we would be driving home late night from a revival at church, because I grew up as a PK, when everyone else in my family was sleeping in the car and my dad would be driving, I'd have my face pressed up against the window, looking up at the stars, looking for a shooting star, looking for the planets, and crying, saying, "Take me home. I really want to go back home. Why am I here on Earth?" So, my relationship with the stars and astrology goes back my entire life. And so, over the years, I have used astrology in my own healing journey, my own growth journey, and my business, especially and just navigating this incredible life that we get to live. So you will hear me reference astrology quite a bit if you haven't already, but I don't consider myself an astrologer at all. I do not sell astrology services at all. My private clients and group clients, I will check their charts so I can just see different themes as we go into our work together. But like, do not think of me as an astrologer. I have my own astrologers. Okay. So just a little um, caveat that's important to me to share. But you may or may not know, as I fix my hair, those of you guys who are on the audio don't know, but I always like my hair to look a certain way when I'm chatting. It's fun to me. Um, you may or may not know, but we've just come out of eclipse season. We have 6 months to implement, play with, explore all the things that just came through and was revealed to us, all the shifts, all the insights, all the shaking up whenever we go through eclipse season. And it was a major one because we had a shift in the nodes. And if you don't know what that means, go and chat with an astrologer, look at some carousels on social media. You'll get the jam if it's for you. But when you come out of eclipse seasons, you usually are like, okay, what did that mean for me? What am I doing? Taking some notes, having some reflections, and essentially letting it all settle because you go through so much. It's so, at least for me, high intensity energy. It just shakes me up every single year. And so I use those 6 months in between to settle down, to play, to try out, to experiment on the insights that came through from the eclipse. So that the second eclipse just ended last week. And you always get two in a season, a full moon and a new moon, or a new moon and a full moon, whichever direction it goes in. And then this week, starting today, we have this big move with Neptune going into Aries. And if you know anything about Neptune, Neptune is the planet of imagination and dreams and possibilities and like expansion, not in like the Jupiterian way, but like anything can happen. It's like illusions and a mirage. And, like it's not very clear, but it's a great place to go, a portal to go into to imagine things to be delusionally different, right? And so, for very, very long, this is what all the astrologers are talking about at the moment. We've had Neptune in Pisces since like the 1800s, the late 1800s. And when it moved out of Pisces into Aries the last time, we had major revolutions. Everyone's talking about how slavery ended and like revolutions started or ended, and like all these big things were going on. And so there's a big emphasis on with Neptune moving into Aries being like your next level dreams, whatever it is you're called to create, whatever visions you are being asked to expand, step into, no longer ignore, don't be afraid of, so on and so forth, are now being supported by Aries to take action, to put movement behind it, right? Dropping my lipstick. And that with these little bits of action and your conviction and your alignment, it's going to be easy to bring or easier to bring these things into fruition. Now, the reason why I'm going to bring an additional insight here is because I, if you do not know, am a triple Pisces. So I am naturally psychic. I am naturally a channel. I am naturally an oracle. I walk in the waters as if it's nothing. I'm either in the stars or in the waters. They're basically the same. If you know, you know. And so, what I've been noticing, not only in my own life, but with my clients, both private and in group program right now, if you don't know, the mastermind, Creational Woman Mastermind, is open. If you would like to apply or just learn more about it, reach out to me. We can chat. But getting back to the point, is between my own life and my clients, I am noticing something that people are not saying. And that is that there is a dissolution, a dissolution, that's funny, a dissolving of the rose colored glasses with Neptune moving out of Pisces, which is all about the ethereal and the intangible and the unseen world and your subconscious and the creativity and the waters and the feel and the possibilities and the underworld and all these things that you cannot see, but is 100% also the wise one and the old soul and having access to other worlds and other understandings that you can't quite put into measurable containment, but is 100% impacting and driving our lives. Like now that it's moving out of that realm and into Aries, which is about let's get about it, it's like whatever you were dreaming about, whatever you've been lying to yourself about, whatever you've been disillusioned about, but because it was in Pisces, you still kept that like optimism. Like I'm kind of sort of telling on myself. One thing that makes me so good about the work that I do, but is also so challenging sometimes, is that I can always see the trajectory of someone's soul and agreements to coming into this lifetime. Right. So I can see what they deeply desire. And I can also see all the things that's making you believe that you can't do it, limiting you from you do it, slowing you down from doing it, pulling you in cycles and cycles and cycles and patterns and patterns and patterns and justifying it and getting stuck in all of your subconscious programming, whether it's personal, cultural, ancestral, self-imposed, imposed by others, so on and so forth. I see those patterns. I help you detangle from it. Remember who you are, embody it, not just know it, but embody it in a way that allows taking action to be easeful. And so I'm really inspired right now because it's like all of these ways where the optimism, where it's like, well, maybe if I just put a little bit more, maybe if I'll be a little bit more patient, maybe they'll change. Maybe if I do it this way, maybe this is the one. Maybe if I play along a little bit longer as a means to an end, it will work out for me. And this is the time with Neptune moving into Aries where we can no longer lie to ourselves. Where we can no longer, and like lie is so strong because we're all good hearted people. We're all soul aligned people. We're all like aspirational. We like see the best. We want the best. We want good things to occur. But like, this is a time where we're getting close to the like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It's not going to happen. It hasn't happened. Moving on. Let me be specific about my movements. Let me make the decisions and move in the ways that I know I need to be doing in order to be the woman or be the man or be the leader or be the creator that I know I'm called to be and that ultimately you actually are, right? And so I haven't seen anyone really talking about that. There's emphasis on the action. And that's a one beautiful way to look at this. And that's absolutely true. But there's also a power of the action being to no longer do something. Like, do not continue to be disillusioned. Stop giving away the abundance of your patience, right? Stop holding out for the possibilities that someone's character or the system in which they're operating under will change and just accept it for as what it is, accept you for what you are, and then move accordingly, move in that conviction, move in the codes and the wisdom that you already carry because you already have the things that you need to create what you want next and what you're called to next. And there's something about that angle or that nuance of approach to using this time. Because, by the way, Neptune is going to be in Aries for like 7 months, and then it's going to retrograde back into Pisces. So we get to get a little bit more. What do I want? Let me check again, right? And then we come back into Aries, and it'll be in Aries for like 13 or 15 years. It'll be there for like a long time. Is that true? 13, 15 years, or is it like 100 and something years? I don't know. Again, check the real astrologers. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing in my own life and with clients, and giving you the insight that is coming through me that is probably relative to you. More than likely, if you're watching the video, it is relative to you. So there's always this like emphasis on the very overt expression of action taking. And in the ways that my work has evolved, it's not so much about and the way this is the way I just say it for our brains to understand, but it's like it's not so much about this masculine action. It's not so much about this overt, I did this, I planned this, I took action. Like that's necessary, but we're all so very well trained to do that. What we also get to do is completely code ourselves and relax in the resolve of, gosh, I hate when the words do not match the expression or what I'm seeing. So let me see if there's a way that I can say this. Let's rewind it back. Because we are so well coded to operate from masculine energy and to praise masculine energy and to trust masculine energy only and always. And again, there's nothing wrong with the masculinity. There's also nothing wrong with patriarchy, to be honest with you. Just as much as we have maternal energy and the matriarch, we need paternal energy and the patriarchy. We need them. They work together. When we're out of balance is the issue either way, right? So because we've been living in a more patriarchal society and a more masculinized society, in both positive and negative ways, because we love when we have discipline and structure and we're efforting and we're getting things done and we're rewarded by it. We love when someone calls us on stage and we get to peacock and receive the recognition that we want. We love those things, but we do not love it when we're on the opposite receiving end of that, or we're not being recognized, and we should be, or blah, 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 blah. You get what I'm saying. So because we've been attuned to more masculine energy, it's like we have forgotten that it always doesn't take an external effort to create something. And so while everyone's saying whatever your dream is, Neptune that was being cultivated with your subconscious in Pisces is now moving into Aries, you need to take action. Take that dream and take action. It's also stop taking action, believing in the things that are holding your dream back, right? Stop doing any of the things that are really not supportive, right? To what you really know to be true. And I love this because it starts touching on the things that are more nuanced and calls us to the table and calls us into our sovereignty and our power at a level that we all need. There is threads of truth that you will have to face that most of us are not facing. For example, we love to say take action on your dreams unless it rubs up against your cultural belonging, unless it rubs up against what your mama told you or what your daddy told you or what your experiences have taught you from a survival perspective. We love to say, go after what you want and be free and travel the world. Oh, but make sure you always have a safety net. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? There's always this top level of like, I just describe this as like the Instagram expression. If you see the quote and you see the post, we're like, agree, dopamine hit. I know that. But yet, when it comes down to when it rubber hits the pavement, right? Like it actually really matters, then we're backpedaling, right? Then we have excuses. Then we have, these like contradictions and I would even say these justifications. That's it. We justify not embodying what we truly know and what it really requires of you in order to live in the freedom that you already have, in order to create the things that you deeply desire, in order for you to experience the things that are rightful for you in this lifetime and be an example of what's possible. Then we start like twisting, contorting, and shifting. And then we go into colluding with the people who have that same limitation, that same fear, that same, well, based on the past, this is what I believe, that keeps you smaller and smaller and living and being in ways that you don't even really want. So, the flavor of this particular live and episode of Creation Codes is a little bit different than the other episodes simply because I'm recording it while also being live on Facebook. But We're dropping a whole bunch of other episodes that I've recorded in the way that I usually do that starts to unpack all these nuances, all these different ways of really working with the energies right now, astrologically, but also that are within you. And if you are a woman watching this, the point of creation codes is to awaken and activate not just your mind and how you see things, because my other gift is that I help shift perspectives just with my voice and how I see things. I see things very differently on many different planes. It's a multidimensional experience. So we're doing that, but we're also awakening your heart, the things that you're already coded with and you know, but yet there's a disconnection or a cognitive dissonance or some type of film and fog between what you carry and what you know to be true inside of you and the way that you are showing up and embodying it out in the world. And that, if we can close that gap or make that gap smaller, you will see ease, like you will change your life. You will level up into greater impact. You will have more influence. Your voice will resonate just as strongly as mine is in whatever way is yours and rightful for you. You will attract the greatest lover in whatever love, committed relationship with whoever you like. I personally specialize in helping us women heal our relationship with men and the masculine to have gorgeous, delicious, devoted, well cherished experiences of love, which I very much so love doing. And also, my favorite as well is healing our relationship with our bodies. And that's deeply, deeply, deeply connected to our relationship to labor and work. So, if any of those particular topics are speaking to you, you should definitely download Creation Codes and start going on this journey where I'm unpacking all of these things and teaching these things and transmuting these codes to you so that you can see in what ways they work with the ones you are already carrying and how they help you show up in the world in a different way for what you want with ease, because that's the whole thing. The whole point of awakening our feminine creational codes and honoring our feminine energy and mastering your own feminine essence is so that you can enjoy the bliss of creating what you want in this life, this lifetime, with so much more ease, way less effort, way less from the experience of only one side of the experience of creation. The masculine isn't the only way that we create, it's with the two. And if we've been leaning, which we have, towards just one, we get to come over and remember the other so that we balance them out. That's on a personal level, that's in relationship, that's in collective. And at the highest level, we're all just one, right? Okay, this feels complete for now. I'm definitely going to go into creation codes and do a slower, more nuanced, more meticulous teaching on this to break it down and give you some additional actionable items if that speaks to you. If you want the link, DM me or comment below so you can get inside of creation codes. And if this is your first time checking me out on live and you're like, geez, what has she been up to? I don't even know what's going on, but this is resonating. Please know it's not just creation codes. We have a new masterclass coming up, a 3-part masterclass, the magnetic feminine leader. I might change it to the magnetic feminine woman, but it's specifically for women CEOs and leaders and executives who are interested in learning how to evolve or pivot out of, really shift out of always operating in your masculine energy and learning the codes of your own feminine expression so that you can have next level love, next level vitality, getting out of burnout, eradicating burnout in your life or those cycles of burnout, and also to step into your next level of leadership in an easeful way that's not pressure. It's not your next level of impact and influence is not going to come from doing the things that you've been doing that got you this far, right? There comes a point in a woman's leadership journey where you shift, you pivot, and everything is actually inversed back to rightful order. So that is available to you. You can find the details for that in my link in bio. It will be April 9th, 10th, and 11th. And then we also have, of course, the Creational Woman Mastermind, a 9-month journey and really an initiation into embodying your feminine essence and leadership. So 3 different options, creation codes, 3-day masterclass coming up, or 9 months together in high level, high touch mastermind community with me. All right, now I'm done. I'm sending you lots of love wherever you are. I cannot wait to touch base with you guys. And hopefully it's a lot warmer wherever you are. than where I'm at. I'm trying to force spring to come through fully with this like tank top and jumper situation, but I'm over I'm over winter. No disrespect. I need hot. I need spring. Okay, that's it. Bye.